Hello, my angels. It's me, Lord Nicolina, and welcome back to another episode of Angel Rise. As you all can tell, this is officially the first ever episode where I'm going to collaborate with someone. With who, you may ask? Well, let me tell you. For those of you who don't know, I've mentioned this person many times in previous videos, more specifically in Angel Rise and my poems. She's also become, without question, the most unexpected yet greatest friend I could ever have. And I'm honestly super excited to have them on this podcast. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, I would like to give a warm welcome to Angel Rise, my dearest friend, Kestrel, aka Ani Deji.
Hey everyone. It's kind of weird to be talking in a YouTube video. I've only talked in like two of my own.
I can definitely understand that.
But I'm not afraid to be talking. Um oh my god, my mind is drawing a blank, sorry.
Oh. Hey,
I get so nervous when I'm like talking to somebody else. I don't know why.
yeah, me as well. Yeah, I'm so used to doing these episodes by myself that doing it with someone else is kind of weird. But at the same time, I feel it should be worthwhile.
Yeah. I like a bunch of other podcasts I listen to have like guest stars sometimes.
Hmm. Yeah, I can definitely understand that.
But, like, back on, like, me talking, I'm so used to my videos because I can just cut away when I mess up or if I'm, like, being quiet for too long.
Yeah, it's the same here. So,
But I
anyways,
think it'll be fine. Oh, sorry.
sorry, no worries. Okay, I'll let you say what you need to say.
But yeah, this episode should be a pretty special one. I mean, we're both here finally. After all the episodes talking about me, I'm finally here.
Yep, I've talked to you. I've talked about you so much in my videos that I felt it was only a matter of time before you appeared in one.
That's kinda how I saw it too. Like, every time I'd watch an episode, I'd be like, "Imagine if I could be in one of these episodes."
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
Especially since most viewers probably don't even know what I sound like. I've only talked in 2 videos on my own, like I said before.
Yeah. Anyways, what are Kestrel and I going to be talking about in this episode? So, so Kestrel and I are going to be talking about a few things. The first of which being our love for the Super Mario princesses, our Super Mario Princess OCs, and our friendship in general, but from the time we've met to today.
Yeah, and I'm like I'm so excited to talk about it. I've kept, like, bullet points in my head all week.
Yep, I can definitely see that, Kestrel. Alright, everybody, so without further ado, let's get into it.
So, my love for the Super Mario Brothers series came completely by chance, actually.
Oh, it did?
'Cause around 2008, I think a few years or a year after the Wii came out, my mom was, like, at a party or something, and she won a Wii in, like, a raffle game, and I happened to be, like, 4 years old. And came with, like, Wii Sports, all the stuff that usually comes with, and we had, like, Mario Party 9 or something like that. I don't remember where we got it from, but I just remember having it, It was my favorite game in the world. It still is. I don't have it anymore because I lost my copy, but I do want to get it soon or later. But that's just how everything came together for me.
Hmm. So that's definitely good to hear.
But there's also a period of time after I moved out of one of my houses. In my entire childhood and up to now, I've lived in around, I want to say, 4 houses.
Oh, really? Holy.
Yeah, when we moved to the last house we were in, um, we didn't have any of the consoles set up anymore because I was a little bit older. And like for reference sake, for people that didn't visit my channel, I'm 18 years old. So and I was born in 2004. So that's kind of a time frame to have in your head.
Yep. Yep. My younger sister was actually born in the same year as you.
Oh, oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, that reminds me of another thing, completely off topic, but also on topic. I was born like 5 days before the year ended, so I could have been a year younger if I wasn't born yet.
Yep.
So completely by chance, I'm like born in 2004, and I probably would have been my junior year if I was born a year late.
Hmm. Yep. I can definitely see your point there.
But still, the time frame is like around, I want to say 2015, 2016. I didn't have any of my consoles anymore. I think I had a Wii U for like a few years, but then I didn't play with it anymore. I didn't have a lot of games. But around 2018, in my last year of middle school, also for everyone else, I'm from America, so I think like our description of school years it might be a little different. And I have the American school system, obviously, so I think I was around 8th grade. I, for reference, also am physically disabled, kind of. I have really disjointed hips, and my legs don't work that well. So I was in physical therapy, and they suggested, like, oh, you should do stuff at home, like exercise and all that stuff. And then we remembered we have a Wii in our garage, and we had Wii Fit, so we're like, perfect, we could just use that at home. And then we found my Wii U, and since I was 14 years old, I started liking video games again.
That's definitely interesting to know.
Yeah, for a big portion of my life, I didn't really play video games a lot.
The same can be said a little bit for me.
But yeah, for ever since then, I haven't stopped playing video games. I get into new franchises all the time too, so it's not really just exclusively Mario. But that's like my main thing, my main interest.
Yeah, Super Mario is my main interest as well, but over the years, I've also taken interest in Fire Emblem and the EA Sports NHL games.
Me, I've also gotten into like other like types of games outside of like Nintendo ones. Obviously, if you've seen my YouTube channel, I like rhythm games. But the other Nintendo series I like are like ARMS and Splatoon.
Hmm, that's interesting to know.
And I like one other like PC mobile game. I like My Singing Monsters. I wanted to make content for it, but it's kind of hard to
Okay.
because I'd have to get a screen recording software for my laptop. But even then, my laptop, because I have to use Steam to play it, I can't connect my save data from my iPad actually, and I'm up to like level 19, and I have a bunch of stuff that I can't like trace back to my laptop.
Okay.
But I've been talking a lot, and this is your podcast. Why don't you tell your story about how you've gotten into Mario and stuff like that?
This sounds good to me. Well, for me, how I got into Super Mario was Was when I was around 5 or 6. Yeah, and my older sisters and my father and myself would often play on the Nintendo 64. Usually playing Mario Kart 64.
I've actually never touched an N64 before. I've only had the emulator from the expansion pass for the Switch.
Oh my goodness. I
Yeah, I'm like pretty young, but I'm surprised I've never seen an N64 like in front of my face or touched the controllers.
oh my goodness. Well, maybe if they're still around, maybe you could get one.
Yeah, I've heard they're pretty cheap nowadays. So maybe I could get my hands on one sometime in the future.
Okay. Well, anyways, continuing on with my side of the story, another part which really got me into the Super Mario series was also the Wii. Well, in the first game I got on there, what was of course Wii Sports. But oftentimes, I would watch my older sister play Super Mario Galaxy, and that's how I first heard of Rosalina.
My first hearing of Rosalina is completely different. Like I've mentioned, I have a Wii U. I didn't own Mario Galaxy. I didn't have a lot of games because I didn't have really a bunch of money growing up to be getting games. So I only had like a handful. But the way I found her was Mario Kart 8.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
Yeah, when I won my first cup, which took like forever, by the way, um, I unlocked her, and I was just like, "Oh my god, this character is beautiful. I love her. I wonder what other game she's in."
Yep. Well, I really didn't get to know Rosalina like until around April of 2016 because around the time I was interested in the Disney movie Frozen, and one of the characters, Elsa, kind of looked like Rosalina.
Yeah, I remember I had a sticker of Rosalina on, I think, like, my sketchbook or my water bottle, and everybody kept being like, "Oh my god, you have Frozen stickers." I'm like, "This is Rosalina from the Mario series."
Yeah,
It
yep,
was mostly people my age, and everyone around that, like, 2004 or 5 grew up with the Wii.
yep. Yep, I can definitely see why people could get confused there. Oh my goodness.
That was the only thing stopping me from dressing up as her for Halloween at my high school. Because 'Cause I've been every princess so far,
Oh yes,
and this is, like, my last year here, so no one will get to really see my costumes that isn't my friends.
oh, got it.
But yeah, back to your story.
Yes, but yeah, back to my story. So another game I was really into, well, that really got me into the Super Mario series was Mario Super Sluggers. Oh my god, I love that game so much.
I love that game too, it's so fun.
Yes, especially the expressions of the characters. I mean, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, it's
They're just perfect.
yeah, absolutely perfect. And especially Daisy's animations, like I really love her animations.
Yes. I love Daisy's stuff so much. It's my favorite.
Yep, yep. I especially love her strikeout looking animation where she just turns around, looks behind the plate, and just flicks her hair back. I mean, oh my goodness, that just represents her character so freaking well.
It does, it's just, like, encapsulates her, like, right in that moment.
Yeah.
The only game I could think that comes up to that level of, like, expressing the characters is, Strikers for, like, Wii and GameCube.
Oh yes, Strikers. Yep, I gotta tell you, the Strikers games are so good.
I love them so much. I actually didn't get to play them until I was, like, 14, 15.
Oh my.
I didn't get to experience a lot of games until that time.
Yeah, and well, let me tell you, Kestrel, the first time I played Mario Strikers, it was Battle League last year. I mean, I haven't touched a single Mario Strikers game until Battle League last year.
Oh, wow. You definitely gotta try the one for the Wii, 'cause I like the GameCube one, but Wii is just, like I don't know, that feels like the best one for me.
Yeah, I'm really considering getting Mario Strikers Charge for the Wii. Yes, I've
It's a little bit harder than Battle League, 'cause I played Strikers I know Charged. I played Charged before, Battle League came out, like, way before Battle League,
hmm. Okay.
and I've had an easier time with, Battle League than I did the Wii.
I've considered getting Mario Strikers Charge for the Wii for quite a few years. Yep, and I just really haven't got around to getting it.
It's definitely worth it.
Maybe since my birthday is coming up, I'll get it.
Yeah, that's usually when I get all the stuff that I consider. Like, there was Splatoon games that I didn't have that wasn't 3, and I got to, like, my computer and all that stuff because 'cause I've been needing a new computer for years.
Okay. The computer I've had since summer of 2020.
I just got this one, like, few days after my birthday.
Hmm. Well,
Cause my god, I got a bunch of money for my birthday.
holy, like, hmm,
I almost had, like, $600.
holy crap! Oh my god!
I bought a bunch of stuff with it.
Oh man. Well, as for me, I didn't get a whole ton of money for Christmas, but yeah, but I got around like at least $200, and I haven't spent any of it yet. I'm just saving up.
That's still good, though. I was just eager to use my money because I saw the opportunity to get a new laptop, so I went right for it.
I definitely get your point there.
I did buy a bunch of other stuff, but it's more something I'd share, like, in private.
Got it.
But yeah, back to, the topic.
Yes. So yeah, but back to the topic at hand. So yes, when I was playing Mario Super Sluggers, I would oftentimes, just play as Mario and Luigi because I really wasn't too much into the princesses back then. But in 2016, around the time I started getting into Rosalina, I thought, oh, Peach and Daisy are there as well. Why not get into the two of them as well?
Yeah, my, like, whole liking of the princess characters started with Daisy, even though, like, the character I originally made back in 2020 was a Rosalina clone. Daisy has always been, like, my preferred character.
I can definitely see that. Well, as for me, it started off with Donkey Kong because I played Donkey Kong 64 a lot when I was a kid. Yeah, but then it came on to Mario and Luigi. But then in 2016, it just shifted to the Mario princesses.
I've always kind of liked the princesses, not all of them for some reason when I was younger. It was literally just only Daisy. That's all I liked, only Daisy.
Okay.
Like, my mind just, like, tunnel visioned only on her, and I'd be, like, so upset if I never got to play as her.
Okay.
Like, I have a really distinct memory of playing Mario Party with my mom, like Mario Party 9, like the one on the Wii. She picked Daisy, and I was so upset, and like I almost started crying.
Oh dear.
But she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'll just pick Peach," and then I was fine.
Okay. Well, for me, I've primarily sticked with Rosalina because I do see a bit of myself in Rosalina. I mean, the kind demeanor, the honesty, and the care. I mean, I feel Rosalina is just basically. I honestly have no words to describe how perfect Rosalina is.
That's kind of how I feel about Daisy. Like the way you like described how you feel about her. That's exactly like how I connected with Daisy when I was younger, and still do to like this day.
I definitely have to agree with that. I mean, our favorite characters really do have an interesting way of portraying who we are as human beings.
That's usually what my favorite characters say about me. Like all the time, if I have like a character I fixate on for like a period of time, my friends like always think, "Oh, that's just Kestrel's character. That's her."
Hmm. Okay.
But like the real like deep personal reason that I have a connection with Daisy is because like she was like the first one of the first princesses I've ever seen that looked like me. Cause I grew up watching Disney too, and I at the time I don't remember like how long ago this was, but I haven't seen a princess that has like a bit of a darker skin and darker hair. That's why I love Daisy so much, cause like when I would look her up like on like family computer, I'd see pictures of her with like darker skin, and I'd be like, "Wow, she looks like me. I really like her."
Yeah, I have to admit, you and her did definitely look alike. You know, especially with some of your OCs, I feel it's just it's just perfect.
Yeah, that's why I've always resonated with Daisy, cause like around the time I was growing up, it was kind of hard to see a character that looked like me.
Yeah, I can definitely see your point there. Well, as for me, like I mentioned before, I resonate myself a lot with Rosalina, even though she looks nothing like me. I mean, if only if she had red hair and a blue dress, she would have been perfect.
That's kind of a little bit how I feel about Daisy, because I love seeing her in a pink dress. That's why I love her inclusion in Smash Brothers. She has a pink costume.
Oh yes, Yep, and I also like that that Daisy has a blue costume as well.
Yeah, her blue costume is really pretty because like some of the accents are like purple, and uh, I'm such um I'm such a big like fanatic about colors, like colors mixing well together. It's my favorite.
Yep, I definitely have to agree. Colors have a they sure have a pretty interesting way of presenting themselves.
And that's why like me drawing takes like forever because I mix colors all the time and like I have like intricate shading and lighting.
Yeah, well, in my books, when it comes to color palettes, I'm usually not too picky about them. Well, I like to mix and match with them and just see how it works.
Yeah, that's kind of where we differ on colors, which isn't bad, but like it just like goes to show like even with our little differences, we still like pretty good friends.
Even before I met you, Kestrel, I even once tried experimenting with how pink and blue work together. And I found it weird at first, but ever since I met you, I just felt that those colors did just work absolutely perfect together.
They really do. The contrasting isn't too jarring, it's just like the perfect amount.
Yeah, yep, nothing too big and nothing too small, just absolutely perfect.
It's kind of like, at least the colors that we use for Castrolina and Nicolina, it looks like, sunset at, like, kind of during dawn time.
I've never thought of it that way before.
I've thought of it like that, like, Nicolina's, like, royal blue, I think that's the color, royal blue dress, as, like, an ocean of sorts, and Castrolina's pink as, like, the sunset sky.
I never knew about that before.
I always liked looking at the sky, especially, like, around that time, because sometimes it changes colors, and it's just so amazing to look at.
Yeah, now that I think of it, yeah, I definitely have to agree.
That's also why I was super eager when you asked me if you could ship Castrolina and Nicolina, because I was like, "Yes, their color palettes are amazing, I really wanna see more of them together, it's gonna be so just amazing to look at."
Hmm. I never knew you thought that before. Yeah, because when I was thinking of shipping Nicolina with Castrolina, I really, just I really just did it to to show my appreciation for you. But now that I think of it, if it's just I'm honestly lost for words. I can't even describe how perfect it was.
It's just, like, probably one of my favorite ships, and I have a bunch of them, like, outside of, like, Mario stuff, like, all the other stuff that I'm into. Like, it's, like, pretty much up there with the other ships I like from other fandoms. Even though it's something we created, it's still up there with, like, other people's creations and ships.
Getting back on track with how we got into the Mario princesses. In late 2016, around Halloween, which was around the time I really started getting into drawing the Mario princesses, and honestly, they were the only characters I would draw. Like you could not convince me otherwise to draw someone outside of Rosalina, Peach, or Daisy.
That's kinda how I get with drawing, even now.
Yep. And I would even do certain themes with the Mario princesses, like school spirits, sports, music, horror, all those kinds of things.
I actually didn't draw the princesses as much as I did when I was, like, a bit younger. Now I'm thinking back on it.
Before we met, are there like were there like any specific ways that you drew the Mario princesses?
Mm, around my freshman year, literally all I would draw was all 3 of them, and then, like, my old Mario Princess OC, Princess Pamela. I don't use her as much anymore, but she's still around.
Yes, I do remember you. I do remember you just showing me her once before.
I made her when I was 7, actually.
Oh, really? No way.
Yeah, she was way different looking from before, I, like, revamped her my freshman year.
Okay.
She used to be, like, she used to kinda look like Daisy and Peach, like, mixed together,
Okay.
and, like, her original concept was she was the 2nd princess of Sarasaland because I love Daisy, but when I got older and back into the Mario series, I was like, "Hey, I remember that character I made, like, so many years ago. I should try to remake her."
I can definitely see your point there.
But I don't really use her as much because I really like Kestrelina, and she's, like, my favorite, like, the pink one, mostly.
Yeah, this is the same thing with me and Nicolina. And Nicolina is just my primary OC.
I do have, like, a primary OC outside of, like, the Rosalina ones, which isn't shown a lot, like, on my social medias except my Instagram, because that's where I post, like, all my artwork and stuff. But, like, I don't even know if I should go on topic about him because, like, it's completely unrelated to the Mario series. It's like an original creation, like, from scratch, from, like, the inside of my head. Shira. It was actually the first one made, for that whole, like, story, even though he's not the main character.
Ooh, that's really cool, Kestrel.
I guess I can talk about it. It's a very simple story from where he came from. It started my like, not late, but like around the middle of my freshman year before Christmas break. We were assigned to like make an original story that was like a few paragraphs long, and I wanted to just go full on out with it. And like I had this like fan character from like something that I liked when I was like 10, 12. And I was like, maybe I should put that character to use. It was not the best written character, and I thought I could rework it, put it in something new, and then create a whole passion project. I'm still writing it to this day.
Okay. Oh, and also, for fun fact, guys, Kestrel's OC, Shira, is actually bi gender, like my OCs are.
That's also where I kind of like stepped in that one day. It was just like, I found this term for my OC. I think it could work for yours. And I was, like, thinking about it for a few days, and then I finally just was like, "Yeah, this could work for you. I don't know if you would like it or not, but it works." And turns out you did, and I'm kinda proud of myself for that.
Yep, I actually never heard of the term bi gender before you introduced it to me. I used to refer to my OCs as male female mixes.
Yeah, I remember that from when we first met each other.
Yep.
That's kinda what drew me in, like, aside from, like, the actual, like, main reason, which we could get into once we actually discuss how we met, because that also kinda ties into it.
hmm The next topic is us talking about how our OCs came to be.
You could go first, because mine's kinda long.
So I first created my OC Nicolina on March 17th, 2020 as my show of appreciation for my favorite Mario character, which is Rosalina. As time progressed, Nicolina really became just more and more of the center point of the characters I drew. And to this day, I mostly draw my OCs and your OCs compared to when I would draw just the actual characters. I mostly draw my OCs and your OCs compared to when I would draw just the actual characters.
Yeah, I remember before you deleted your Instagram account, like the first one, I really wanted to see like more of the stuff you did. And I noticed like before the Nicolina account was made, that's really all you drew, which isn't bad. I just was like, whoa, that's pretty cool that he could consistently draw these characters so often.
Yep. Okay, moving on to my next OC, which I created, which was Nick Helena. She was created on June 11th, 2020, more or less as an evil clone to Nicolina. But as time progressed, I decided to make Nick Helena almost his own character. Well, basically the representation of my own bad thoughts.
Yeah, that's also like kind of what like the evil Kestrelina, like Dark Kestrelina is supposed to be. They were two one the same, but like more explaining when I explain like how like who Kestrelina is, I could explain more how it actually works.
Oh, and not long after I created Nick Helena, I started to visualize in my mind that Nicolina is the true representation of myself. So basically, in other terms, Nicolina and I are almost the same person. It was from a comic in June 2020 that I put Nicolina in the comic to recognize my appreciation for my time at high school. And that's where Nicolina really started to take over my life.
Honestly, I can't really imagine, like, your princess comic series without Nicolina. It's kind of like a big staple now.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, Nicolina is basically the star of my comic series. I mean, yeah, but where would my comic series be today without him?
I honestly don't know, and I don't wanna imagine because it probably wouldn't be, like, as awesome as I think it is.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I honestly don't think it would be as exciting as with just the actual characters. I mean, just like putting yourself in comics, like as an OC representation, just really speaks a lot more about creation.
It really does. That's why, like, most of, like, the art that is about, like, myself or something about myself has, like, that little cartoony character, which doesn't even share my name, but it is me. Her name is literally just Persona.
Hmm. Okay.
But I do relate to, like, using a character that looks like yourself to, like, kind of just, like, have an appreciation for whatever it is you're putting out in the world.
Yep. And even when I created Nicolina, I even put some of my own facial features on myself, like the freckles on my face and my beard.
Yeah, that's, like, one of the, like, the first things I noticed when I came across your account, and I thought it was, like, super cool.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I really felt I should make Nicolina stand out from like other OCs. Not necessarily like be a recolor, but just like just like an actual character, like as opposed to a recolor.
Yeah, I normally don't see a lot of characters with, at least, like, from what I've seen, like, on the internet, I haven't seen a lot of characters share, like, actual features from their creators that aren't, like, physical drawings of themselves.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Continuing on with my other OCs. Well, the next OC I created was my Luma OC Paris, who I created back in November of 2020, not long after I met you, Kestrel.
Yeah, I kind of noticed Paris when I first saw everything was, like, relatively new.
Yeah, and to be honest, when I was debating on Paris's name, yeah, I was honestly unsure if I should name her like after my hometown, because it did kind of feel.
I think it's cool that you did.
Oh, you think so, Kestrel?
Yeah, I like hearing, like, the backstory of why people name their characters the way they do.
Hmm. Well, I definitely appreciate that.
I just love hearing, like, my friends and stuff talking about, like, their creations.
Hmm. Yeah. But I can definitely see your point there, Kestrel. And after November 2020, it really just was Nicolina, and Paris as my three OCs. But then, just 6 days before Nicolina's 1 year anniversary, was when I created Nicol Daisy.
I remember when Nickel Daisy was created, like, the exact day I, like, remember it because, like, I didn't really know that you made him at all. I was like, "Is someone, like, trying to make an OC of what, like, Nicholas without even asking?" I got, like, freaked out because I thought someone was, like, trying to, like, just, like, rip off your whole style. 'Cause I've seen that happen before, like, in the recolor community.
Hmm. Yeah. But if someone were to rip off my style, oh boy.
That's happened to me.
Yeah.
I get really upset over it, so I'd definitely be there to, like, to defend you over it.
Yeah. Yep. Honestly, if someone were to rip off some of my content, oh boy, you wouldn't know how angry I would have been. I remember this happening to you with one of your with one of your peach OCs, that being Apple.
Yeah, I'm still mad about it to this day because that account's still up.
And honestly, I didn't even know that Apple was being messed with until you like told me. I just yep, I thought you made the Apple account, but it turns out you didn't.
No, I never made an account for Apple. I only had one for like Rose and Kestrelina at the time.
Okay. Yeah, but still.
So that like really just like made me like pissed because I was like, dude, you I know it's just a peach like kind of recolor, but like why? Why can't you just make your own? You take my character and then start using it like a way I don't want her to be used.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get like real mad at you, and I don't like getting mad at people at all.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't like getting mad either, but yeah, but at the same time, it,
Sometimes really people just really bring it out of me.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It's honestly the one thing that really pisses me off is just that my OCs would get assumed to be as straight females. I mean, just what the hell?
Ugh, I hate that. You know why? Because it happens with Shira. That happens all the time with Shira.
Oh, oh Jesus Christ!
That's why I didn't publish the Friday Night Funkin' mod with Shira, because I like there's a bigender character in there, like Taki. He's bigender. And people all the time are just like, "Oh, Taki's just a woman, just a woman." No, he's like a bigender alien.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, I'm not about to have my pride and joy like completely wrecked by some people for no reason.
Honestly, the biggest example, of my OCs being assumed as straight females is no question my abuse.
Yeah, that like when I finally like it finally like he told me and it, like clicked in my head, I was just like, "Oh, why didn't I do something?" Cuz like I'm like the biggest protector of all my friends, and I like still kind of beat myself up to this day for letting that happen.
Yeah, me as well.
I just feel bad cuz like I was there. I was like right there and I didn't know what to do cuz I didn't want to assume anything.
yeah, and honestly, I didn't even know that you were suspicious that something was going on with me.
I'm like a big worrywart, so like I always like think like something bad might be happening. I kind of thought that when I like saw you and that beast talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I did feel good at first, but boy, do I regret it now. Oh my god.
Yeah, it could feel good for a second because you're getting like manipulated into it, and it's like, oh, they're making me think this is good, this is nice. No, it's not. You realize it too late, and then you feel terrible about it.
Yeah, and it's just yeah, it's
And like, I'm gonna tell you as like this is kind of sad to say, but from like experience of my own, it's really not your fault. It really isn't.
I can definitely understand your point there. Yeah, I I often do think sometimes it was my fault because right off the bat I knew he was trouble, but his manipulative skills just yeah, it,
That's just how manipulators are. You can't control a manipulator.
yeah, manipulators are just yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, thinking back on it, yeah, I was no question manipulated.
You should really beat yourself up about it. If it was anybody's fault, it's his fault for even thinking about even doing that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I'm gonna be brutally honest. I do kind of fear that something's going on with you and Kestrelina.
No, surprisingly, the male character she's with, he never talks to me, so in the past year, he's only messaged me, like, twice, and even then, like, I think you kind of get that I'm, like, terrible at responding to text messages. So, over half the time, I, like, respond with, like, 1 or 2 words.
Yep, and yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, after my abuse at the hands of Texic, I honestly now hate those male Mario OCs so freaking much. Like,
And I can honestly get it.
yeah, whenever I think about them, I honestly just, I honestly just go off in an instant.
That's kinda how I am when I think about people who hurt me, and sadly, that's a lot of people, but I don't think really it's something to get into right now.
Yeah, yeah, but
Because we could be here forever if I was talking about people who hurt me.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, yeah, but yeah, that's definitely something for another time.
Yeah, probably, like, somewhere, like, on the server or something. Because I don't mind it, it's just, like, I don't wanna, like, talk all about it on the podcast, you know?
Yep, and honestly, I totally understand that.
Anyways, where were we at in the topic?
I was just finishing talking about Nickel Daisy.
Okay, let's go back onto that.
Right. So when I created Nickel Daisy, I initially thought of him, as just a regular Daisy recolor. But as time went on, much like with Nicolina, I decided to give Nickel Daisy like part of my personality, and in more specific terms, my defensive side. Whenever I sense something happening to any of my loved ones, I get pretty defensive pretty quickly.
Yeah, I do too.
So that's really what Nickel Daisy represents in me. Yeah, the desire to protect their loved ones no matter what. Yeah, but it really wasn't implemented until like May and last year. When we did a roleplay on my Discord server when Nickel Daisy was defending Kestra Peach.
I loved that roleplay. Like, I love all of them, but, like, I always have, like, the ones that stick out to me.
Yeah, that one definitely sticks out to me the most.
Same here.
And then after Nickel Daisy was created, I never considered making a Peach OC, but yeah, but in June 2021, I decided, what the heck, create a Peach OC, and that's when Nickel Peach came around. She was created on June 16th, 2021.
She's, like, one of the characters that, like, I think about a little bit more that isn't like Nicolina, but it's like I said, I love colors, and I love the dress colorings. Like, the more the white instead of the blue looks really pretty.
Yep, I initially was thinking of giving Nickel Peach an all blue dress with white details, but I thought, why not give him a white dress instead? Just to make her like stand out from Nicolina and Nickel Daisy.
She definitely does. It's like a real good kinda standing out, like, she's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Kestrel.
No problem.
Getting back to the Nicolina side of my OCs, well, I first created Nickel Daisy on May 28th, 2021. And this is when my understanding of my bad thoughts were starting to come together. I thought of Nickel Daisy, as as the raging fire within me, like a fire of anger.
That's kinda how I see some of my, like, evil OCs. Like, the one that was featured in one of the poems, Zombie Queen Kestra Peach.
Oh yes, and I oftentimes shift Nickel Daisy with Zombie Queen Kestra Peach, because of course Nickel Daisy is shipped with Kestra Peach.
Yeah, so, like, it makes sense for them to know each other like that.
Yes, I honestly, I honestly have this feeling in my head that if good OCs are together, then their evil counterparts should be together as well.
Yeah, that's like how I think about it all the time.
And as for Nickel Peach, I created him back on July 5th, 2021. From what many of you viewers could tell uh, from my poem about Nickel Peach and from episode 17 of Angel Rise, Nickel Peach has the ability to inject venom into his victims.
I really liked that concept when it was first introduced because I like kind of other species characters.
The reason I made Nickel Peach have venom is the fact that is the belief of anger being a poison in your mind. And also around the time I was very obsessed with snakes, and I still am to this day.
Ugh, I really wish I could relate. I've always been freaked out by snakes.
Oh.
That's like the only time I've ever like enjoyed like some snake-like features is Nickel Peach.
Yeah, I can definitely understand your point there. My mother absolutely hates snakes.
I mean, I like to look at them at a distance. I just don't want to be around them. Freak me out.
Okay. And also, getting back to Nickel Peach also has the ability to hiss, which honestly I think is the best part about his character.
I think it's like kind of like cute, but also like another like oh that also adds to like him being kind of creepy. Because like it's unnatural for a person to hiss, but like it's kind of cute.
Yeah, I feel Nickel Peach hissing definitely puts a lot more character into him. Like she's some sort of snake queen.
That's a good concept, actually. I really like that.
Yeah, and honestly, I have been debating, whether to make Nickel Peach more or less a snake queen, but I haven't really fulfilled it. Yeah, but now that I think of it,
I could definitely help out with it. I love creating stuff.
oh, I would definitely like your help on that, Kestrel.
Yeah, I'm most of the time available, so like I could definitely help out with making like some stuff for him.
Speaking of creations, I feel we should get on to the OC romances, if that's okay.
I didn't get to explain Kestrelini yet.
Oh, right. I have not much else to talk about, of my primary OCs, so I'll let you go ahead and explain your OCs.
I could just explain her and we could go on to that topic after. So Kestrelina actually was made the exact same day I made the account for her. And the reason I got like the idea like, oh, a Rosalina character would be cool is because I met Tylerina in a roleplay chat with like some other people and I was like, dude, this character is like super cool. I want to make my own. That would be like so awesome. And so I picked my favorite colors and I just came up with like a bunch of designs. Which most I don't have pictures of anymore, but there's only one old Kestrelina design that I still have. But she's basically been the same since 2020 with like some differences, but they're like not too big.
Yeah, the only real change with Kestrelina that really has been seen is the change of her hair color.
Yeah, the hair color like fluctuated a bunch in the beginning, but I eventually settled on this like kind of like dingy platinum blonde looking color.
To me, Kestrelina's hair looks kind of silver, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's like silver, but like it still has like saturation inside. Like it's not completely gray, it still has like the hints of like blonde inside.
Yep, and I'm gonna be honest, the color combination choice that you have for Kestrelina, I honestly really love.
Thank you. I actually like struggled so like much with like the shade of pink to use. But I stuck with the one that's used for like her costume in Smash Ultimate in 4.
So basically, you kind of like a flamingo or bubblegum pink, if I'm correct.
Yeah, like that kind of color.
And also the light blue earrings. I really like those.
Yeah, I remember when I first made her, I was like, this should have a little bit more than just like pinks and like magentas. I should use a contrasting color. And like I sat there for like 10 minutes straight. I swear it was 10 minutes. Just like, what color works with this shade of pink? And then I got hungry and I was like, I kind of want some like cotton candy ice cream. Cotton candy ice cream. Cotton candy ice cream is usually blue and pink. And then I was just like, yes, her earrings should be like teal. So basically, it came to me because I was hungry.
Oh.
So if I wasn't particularly hungry when I was making her, her earrings probably wouldn't be teal.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm
It
good.
would have ended up being like purple or something.
That honestly has to be one of the most hilarious origin stories for a character I've ever heard of. Oh my god.
Yeah, most of my like design choices for my characters come from like probably like the most like minimal things. Like I'll think about something and be like, yeah, okay, I'm sticking with that.
Okay.
And like the eye color was super hard for me to like pick. I wanted her to have like matching pink eyes or like purple to contrast, so I just stuck right down the middle in magenta.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, Kestrel. Those magenta eyes are absolutely perfect.
They look like gems almost because it really like pops out from like the rest of her face.
Yeah, it stands out a lot. I honestly love the color magenta so much.
It's a really good color. Like it's a good shade of pink, but I'm always just like I love pink. So it's kind of like in the middle for me because I like purple too, but I mostly really like pink.
Okay.
But yeah, like Kestrelina was like made like within the day of like me like coming up with the idea. And then like hours later I was like, I should make an account to follow this up because I don't want to just make a character and do nothing with it.
Yeah, I can definitely see what you mean.
So I made that account and I've usually been using it more than I do any other account. And then after her, I think I made Apple next. And she was the character. Her and like the Daisy character were like had the most changes because before they used to have white dresses with like purple or pink accents, but then that was like super difficult for me to edit at the time because I didn't have the software I use now.
Hmm.
So I completely dropped the design and switched Apple to be like a red character because red apples, and I thought it was cute.
Yep, it definitely makes sense.
You can definitely tell I was hungry making a lot of these characters because they're like really like based on food.
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm not even joking. Like every time I made a new character, I was so hungry. Because it was during the pandemic and we were like at home all the time. I had my sophomore year online and I didn't have the schedule of eating like that they give us at school. So like all the time I'd forget to feed myself. And then I'm like trying to make more characters and I'm like, dude, what do I do? I'm really craving this thing. How about I go eat that? And then I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that's perfect for my character.
Oh my, oh my. Yep, yep, I'm gonna be honest with you, Kestrel. It's amazing, you know, how you think of your OCs like on the spot, like when you are hungry. It's crazy. Oh my god.
It's kind of stopped now because I've kind of been like more on like feeding myself because I'm getting older and I won't, and I need to start like thinking about it. I'm like, I'm hungry. I should eat now instead of like being like, oh, I'll eat later, and then I'm like super hungry.
Hmm. Gotcha.
I had that problem all throughout middle school and like a little bit of high school.
Hmm. Okay.
But yeah, that's like a bunch of my characters were made that way.
Hmm.
Except for the Daisy one, I was completely like well fed during that, so
Gotcha.
The Daisy went through so many changes, I'm pretty sure you can remember. She went through so many changes, I was never happy with what I came up with, because I could never just find the right thing that I wanted.
Oh, oh yes. You've changed up that Daisy OC so many times. Yeah, she started off as purple to today having Kestrelina's colors.
Which I thought would be, like, a pretty nice contrast from Apple, because she's, a like, red, like, that's also, like, in the family of, like, pink colors.
Hmm.
That's usually how I come up with the colors is they share, like, some sort of part on the wheel.
Okay.
Like, pinks, purples, and reds are usually, like, right together and they work well, that's why the original concept was pink, purple, and red. I still kept the red because it's pretty, but I just was really never happy with rose, and I finally got it.
Yeah, and by the way, everyone, Rose is Kestrel's pink Daisy OC. She is the sister to Kestrelina and Apple.
Yeah, like, I always have weird, like, origin stories of where my characters, like, come from, because like, I'll be bored and out of my mind, and then I'm just like, "I could really, like, get creative right now." And where Rose, like, the final design that's used today, I was, like I think I was waiting at the orthodontist of all places. Like, I was laying back in the chair, like, getting ready to get my braces worked on, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, I need to create a new Daisy."
So that's how you came up with the idea for Rose?
Yeah, for some reason, because like, not really for some reason, I was thinking about pink, because my braces are also pink, and I was like, "Pink, pink, pink. My Daisy, she should be pink."
Yeah, you can never have too much pink.
And there's no such thing as too much pink where in my house, at least, especially my bedroom, all pink. The lights are pink. Majority of my wall decorations are pink. I surprisingly do not have pink sheets.
Oh, wait, you have pink sheets?
I said, I surprisingly don't. You would think I do, but I really don't.
Oh, you do. Oh, yeah, I honestly thought that you did. Oh my god.
My sheets are just, like, plain black,
Gotcha.
but I have a bunch of other pink things, like, we have, like, the same Princess Peach blanket, so I have that.
Oh, yes. Yes, I remember. We got the exact same peach blanket for Christmas last year. Holy crap.
I just can't ever use it because I already have, like, 3 blankets on my bed.
Oh. Well, I tend to use my peach blanket quite a bit.
I use it when I, like, take naps or something that aren't in my bedroom, like, if I'm in, like, the living room or something, and I'm like, "No, I really got a nap, but I don't wanna go back to my room." I'll just, like, use my peach blanket.
Oh, okay.
But I'm trying to think of the other character. Dark Castellina, I remember I was gonna talk about that. Okay, Dark Castellina was originally supposed to be a representative of some crazy thoughts that I get when other people talk to my boyfriend. 'Cause, the only other person that knows that I'm like that is, well, my boyfriend, that I get, like, so protective of him if he talks to anybody else that, like, is, like, a girl.
Okay.
'Cause I've had a lot of, like, other partners before. Not a lot, but, like, a lot for, like, my age. But it's like I've gotten cheated on before, and I'm, like, always terrified of that happening again, even though I know he would never do that to me. And I just still have that habit of being like, "Leave him alone, that he's mine, no." And originally, Dark Castellina was supposed to be that, but now she's just, like, straight up, like, crazy and evil. Not just, like, crazy for, like, the people she loves. Well, still she is, but it's more just a sense of, like, utter madness.
Yeah, so basically kind of like a Nick Helena like type, if I'm correct.
Yeah. She's mostly like, that's why I gave her the voice of, like, the kind of antagonist from ARMS, Dr. Coyle, because that's just kinda what I always pictured her sounding like.
Yep.
'Cause, like, I never use her much in role plays, but she's, like, she's crazy and, just crazy evil, like, around Shira levels of evil, and Shira's, like, from hell.
Well, now that I think of it, maybe we should use Dark Kestrelina more in roleplays, considering how crazy she can be.
'Cause, like, her whole being is just, like, my basically, like, inner thoughts when, like, someone, like, makes me angry or is just straight up being rude to me for no reason. Because when I get angry, it's just, like, it's terrible, like, from what I've been told by other people.
Hmm. Well, it's kind of the same thing for me with Nick Helena, but sometimes I would get mad. I would think about somebody's gonna die today.
Yeah, that's kind of how it gets for me. Because like, when I'm angry, it's not very often, and it's mostly when someone does something to me. I'm not just angry because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, I wanna be angry today." No, somebody did something to me, and I'm just so ticked off.
Yes, and my angry thoughts is when really Nick Helena gets into play. And I would just go like on this murderous rampage without any regard for human life.
Yeah, that's kinda how I feel like on the inside. I'm just like, "Oh my god, please stop. I'm literally going to hurt you. I don't want to. I don't like hurting people."
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like hurting people either.
Luckily, I never really guess that's pretty rare, but it does happen.
Yep. But it's also in part, why I created a demonic version of Nicolina, like apart from Nick Helena, misunderstood Nicolina.
Oh, yeah, I like the way that he looks, cause it's like a half and half, like, kind of a halfway point of, like, the designs.
Hmm. Yeah, Nicolina in his misunderstood form really just represents his inner sorrow and his desire to want to get back at those that hurt him.
I really like that concept, like, a lot.
Yep. Thank you, Kestrel.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If I ever get like angry or like really upset, I either transition to either Nicolina or misunderstood Nicolina. But lately it's been more of misunderstood Nicolina.
I have no idea how I feel when I get upset, cause mostly it's just me being sad. I don't get angry too often. It's often for me, cause like, I actually did get diagnosed with depression.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little bit lost for words about that.
Yeah, kinda how I felt when I first got it. It was just like, "Wow, really? Why?" I've had pretty much a rough run, but things are turning out better as I get older.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Anyways, let's continue on with your OCs.
So I'm trying to think about like more of the other characters because Apple and Rose really don't have a different form. And it'd take me forever to get through all the OCs that I've made because I just really like creating stuff.
Hmm. Oh, okay.
But I'm trying to think of more that I could talk about. I guess Kestrel since she's featured a bunch on this channel.
Yeah, because I often talk about Nickel Daisy being shipped with her.
Yeah, Kestrel Peach was the first of like the yellow characters I made because I thought it would be nice to make a character that isn't just pink. And I remember like first making her look almost exactly like Peach. It wasn't very different of how I look in real life. So I think around a few months later, thought maybe she should look like me with at the time my natural hair color and my glasses. That was really the last time her design was tweaked, besides when I colored my hair, which I still plan on having for like years because I love pink and I want to keep my hair pink for as long as I can.
I honestly love the pink in your hair. I think you look really nice like that.
Thank you. I like it's super tough to keep up, but like I love having it.
Yep.
Cause my hair's like a real dark brown, like almost black, and it's hard to actually bleach my hair because it's so dark to get that neon color.
Yeah, I can definitely tell with some of the first edits you made of your yellow seas with the pink hair. They look more reddish.
Yeah, because at first it was really hard to get my hair done, so for the longest time I had like this pinkish red color. So I kept them like that until I actually got my hair like neon pink.
Hmm.
But like honestly, I can't see myself or my characters with my natural hair color anymore.
I'm gonna be honest. I do kind of feel the same way. Because honestly, I think your OCs do look a lot better with the pink hair.
Yeah, it gives them like a little bit more personality than just my natural hair color.
I can definitely see your point there.
Anyways, that's really all I got about my characters, so we can move on to the topic of how our characters got together.
Sounds good to me. All right, then let's get into it.
So the first like romance was Kester Peach and Nickel Daisy, which it was an edit that I first made, like just because I thought it would be like kind of cute to put them together. I didn't think much of it when I first made it.
Honestly, looking back on it now, I honestly really felt it was the start of something special.
I didn't think like anyone or you really would care too much for the ship because I was just like, oh, it's just something I thought would look really adorable. I don't think it's really going to do anything, and it actually did. So I'm not like too terribly disappointed by it.
Yeah, honestly, I do. I feel the same way too.
I'm more happy than anything, if I'm being honest.
I initially thought it was going to be something special, but I didn't think too much of it. When you made a post on your old Kestra Peach account that said that Kestra Peach was Nickel Daisy's girlfriend, that's when I thought, poof, those two should be together for as long as we are friends.
Yeah, that ship, I'm like super glad it took off because I couldn't really imagine them being with anyone else.
Yep, and then exactly to 2 weeks after you made that post, the knot was officially tied.
Yeah, because initially I was just like, this ship is gonna be so cute, but I don't know what actually is going to happen. I should just post this anyways because it's a cute edit,
Yep, I honestly couldn't agree more.
and that's probably like one of the biggest milestones, like within the characters at least. And I honestly thought that was like just it. I was just like, okay, these characters are together now. That's really cute. And then like you started like posting stuff in the Discord server of like Kestrelina and Nicolina. I was like, those are super cute, like real good friends, like before anything happened.
Yeah, before I originally thought of Nicolina and Kestrelina as a ship, I really thought of them as just really good friends.
Yeah, that's what I was like thinking. I was just like, oh, they are such amazing friends, just like me and Nicholas. That's really awesome and cool. I didn't think it would ever become more, which I'm still like super glad about.
Yeah, to be honest, I never had any intentions of putting Nicolina in a romance. Considering, in real life, I am single and not pretty keen on getting a partner.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I thought to myself, maybe I should give it a try.
Yeah, because with characters, it's just completely different.
Yep, and that's when on November 29th, 2021, that's when I officially asked you if Nicolina and Kestrelina could be a couple.
I was like super surprised when like I first got the message. I was like, oh, I did not know that. That's really cool though. I don't really mind.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I didn't think you would accept that.
I really don't post stuff that often unless it's like really terrible, but like nothing you've done is like that is like terrible at all. So like I don't know why I would say no.
Yeah, considering how open-minded you are, I feel it does make sense.
Yeah, I usually like to keep an open mind on stuff. I don't like want to just be like, "Oh, I don't understand that. I'm not going to pay any mind to that. I don't like that." So usually I just try to give everything at least one shot.
Yep, and like the old saying goes, you never know until you try.
Yeah, even with me worrying about stuff all the time, I still at least try to give something one try. It's a bit hard, but I still try anyways.
Yeah, same here, Kestrel. So getting on further with the OC romances, I figured for initially it would just just be the two ships and no children at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then on April 14th, 2022, you literally caught me off guard when you announced that Kestrelina was gonna have a child.
Yeah, I thought it would be like like a pretty good idea to give them like a little child because my characters usually that I make that are shipped together, they usually end up having children. And I like making like an offspring to kind of see like what goes with what and what will make the character look original even with the attributes from their parents.
Yep, I definitely agree with that. And honestly, when you created Marie, I fell in love with her almost immediately.
I really wasn't sure about like showing her off at first because I was like, what if nobody likes her? What if I don't use her that often? I don't, but I still love her. She's super cute.
Yeah, and honestly, the covers on Marie are just mind blowing.
I don't even know why I chose red. I just thought it was like real pretty to use because I don't have a lot of characters that use red that isn't like Shira and Apple.
Yeah, yeah, but honestly, I think the red suits Marie very well.
I was just like, it's just a real good shade of brown. Like it's just like a really pretty brown. I don't know how to explain it.
The brown, I honestly think is really cute.
And with like the mixed match of like Kestrelina's like silver hair.
And that's honestly my favorite part about Marie is the combination of her brown hair and Kestrelina's silver hair.
I made her kind of like a kind of translated over to Mario version of my Tomodachi Life baby, like the first one I had with my boyfriend, Charlotte. That's why she has heterochromia, because the little character Charlotte has heterochromia.
Yeah, cause it was a little later on that you did share the kids you and your boyfriend had on Tomodachi Life to my Discord server.
And I thought that would be like a cool thing to add in before I ever introduced the kids that I had on Tomodachi Life.
Yeah, yeah, and heck, I honestly didn't even know about them until you shared them.
And they're honestly like been such a big part of my life too, so I'm like pretty surprised at myself for not sharing them.
I can definitely see what you mean there.
And I like love them to like bits. They're my favorite things that I've created that aren't my OCs. But the other kid we haven't discussed too much in detail yet is Iris, and I don't use her often either, but she's so cute.
Oh yes, Nickel Daisy and Kestra Peach's daughter.
I loved making her too because she does have the attributes of like my natural hair color and like your hair color. That's why hers like kind of a lighter brown than Marie's.
Hmm. Okay.
Like it's more of like a hazelnut looking color because it's still she has a little bit of like the orange in her, but it's a little bit more overwritten from the genes of Kestra Peach.
I honestly didn't know the little bit of orange in her hair until now.
That's why her hair is a like pretty light shade of brown.
Honestly, I really like that.
I'm glad you like it because I was just like, I don't know if I want her to have orange hair or to her to have my natural hair color. So it was like a real big battle between the two, and then I eventually just settled for the in between option.
Yep, just mix them all up and boom, you have this lighter shade of brown.
I think she's like still really pretty. Even if I gave her orange hair, she'd still look like real pretty.
Yeah, honestly, I think she does look really nice either way.
Yeah, either way she comes out, she still looks very beautiful.
I also really like the role you gave Iris within the family.
Yeah, I was like really like thinking like should she just have the same role as her parents or should she do something different? I think she should do something different so she could stand out just a little bit from the family.
And honestly, I think it turned out perfect.
Because when I make like little characters that are like offsprings of two other ones, I really think about how can they differ and be the same as their parents. Like I want them to be both, but they're also supposed to be a little different because they're individual people. That was really the only like difficult part that wasn't like me deciding her hair color. The messenger role is basically like say they need to get like a message or something to like God and just like they can't get up there. They're busy with something else. They're dealing with something else completely different. They have their own little personal messenger that can travel at the speed of light up there.
That's when Iris comes into play. When I looked up the actual definition of the name Iris, I just thought right away, it's perfect.
That's what like kind of gave me her job in because I was like, I wonder what Iris even means. Because I always have that name in the back of my head because, like I said, I have Tomodachi babies. I think about baby names all the time. So I was like, oh, Iris, that's a cute one. I should use that. And then I looked up what it meant. And I was like, that is literally perfect. And she's been like that ever since. I don't use her as often, but I do plan on using her a little bit more.
Yeah, I've actually considered doing role plays where Iris is involved.
That should be a thing because that would be really cute. So she could interact with like cousins and her parents and all that fun stuff.
There is even this one role play I was thinking of a Smash Bros. Fan art where Daisy is receiving a letter and Peach is excited for her to open it.
That would actually work pretty good.
So the way I see it, I think it may be like, Iris giving a letter to maybe like Nickel Daisy or Kestrel Daisy or Rose.
Probably Nickel Daisy.
Yeah, but personally, I think Nickel Daisy would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, that would make like more sense to use Nickel Daisy.
And honestly, my favorite part about Iris is taking on the messenger role is the form you created for her.
Yeah, because in order to basically bypass the laws of physics and travel at the speed of light, she's got to look a little different, a little more aerodynamic.
Yep.
So I was like, is there any fan art that I could like use as like kind of a muse to figure out how this works? And then I remembered Striker's Charge existed, so I was like, oh, that is perfect. I should use that.
Yep. And honestly, I couldn't have thought of a more better option. I mean, the way Peach looks when she does her Mega Strike in Mario Strikers Charged, holy crap, she looks good.
And she looks like super angelic too, so I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah. I'm still amazed to this day that you've made that choice. Holy.
I'm kind of surprised that I even remembered that I could use that because I was like, man, I'm so out of ideas, and I don't even know if I want to like start up a whole new sketch to come up with my own design.
Yeah, but I can tell how much time and effort you put into your artwork.
Because I think you noticed I draw pretty rarely, and it also takes a long time for me to finish stuff.
That's kind of the same thing with me, but even though, I'm more oriented towards my OCs.
Yeah, because I'm very like like I said like probably a while ago, like I'm just very particular about the way I color things and just do stuff in general. I just like making like fan art and stuff. I do draw my OCs, but I like mostly fan art.
Okay.
Like right now, I'm like the reason I'm talking like so much is because I'm drawing at the same time, so I'm keeping my mind busy and coming up with more stuff to talk about.
It's always good to get your mind going on something when you've really got a good idea.
That's usually how I get my stuff is I'm either watching something or I'm talking at the same time.
When it comes to my ideas, I usually like to think of them like almost on the spot, or or give it a few days of thought.
It takes me a long time. A long time. Every time, guarantee it takes me forever to come up with an idea for something.
Hmm.
That's also why drawing takes so long for me to get done. Because I have so many ideas flashing in my head. I'm like, do I want to do this? Do I want to sketch this? Or should I finish this or that? And it's like so many things up in my head.
I sometimes get that way too. Where you just got like a billion ideas, and at the moment you could really only do like one of them.
Yeah, and it's like you can't pick. It's like, oh my god, which one do I pick?
Yes, yes. What do I need to do? What should I draw?
And it sucks because it's just like, I want to do it right now, but my brain isn't letting me.
Oh, it is pretty difficult, but when your mind goes into a spiral like that.
And then sometimes those ideas never escape my head and then I forget it.
Yep, I can definitely see your point there.
Like, there's probably a million ideas I've had and I just completely, like, forgot about.
Well, one example of an idea I had was when you made that edit of Kestrelina in Nicole Peach's dress. And I knew right away I had to make a drawing of Nicole Peach in Kestrelina's dress.
Oh yeah, I remember that edit. I thought it was really cute. Because I saw, like, fan art, like, oh, Rosalina's wearing Peach's dress. That's a good idea. My idea now.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, that's one of my favorite edits that you've made.
It's kind of one of mine too. I love outfit swap stuff.
Yes, outfit swaps are just so cute. Oh my god.
It's like you never really think about what that character looks like in a different outfit until you actually create it.
Yeah, I know. It's just mind blowing. It just expresses a whole lot of character.
And just like appreciation for the character too.
Yeah, definitely. And even considering the other day when I did the outfit and face paint swaps for each of our OCs.
I really liked that one. It was like, I don't know, I just love it so much.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Thank you, Kestrel.
No problem. I always like seeing the stuff that you make. Like when I get up in the morning and like I check my phone, I'm like, I wonder if there's any like new edits made. I just really like seeing it.
Yeah, and a good majority of the time that there will be new artwork and edits that I've made.
It's always like a nice thing to see when I wake up. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. I really like that.
And one of my favorite artworks that I've made, and I'm sure you've seen it before. It is Nicolina in his same outfit and makeup, and Kestrelina. It is Nicolina in his same outfit and makeup, and Kestrelina in her Juggalo makeup and outfit.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That one's really cute.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it represents our personalities very well.
It really does, cause like Since middle school, I've really embraced the fact that I'm a juggalo.
Yeah, and I've really started to embrace the fact that I am a juggalo now.
It's been like my thing since middle school. Like I've loved them since like I think midway through my middle school years. And then I was just like completely like put it as another part of my personality in high school.
I can definitely see your point there. Yeah, but and I never knew about Insane Clown Posse until you made a story on your Kestrelina account with one of their songs.
I'm glad I could introduce you to them because they've been my like I just said it a little while ago. They've been my favorite artists for like years.
Yeah, and as of late, they have become one of my favorites too. And I mean, the message of Insane Clown Posse songs, I feel, is extremely strong.
Yeah, and they're like real good too. Like just all around good messages to have.
Yes, yeah. The way I see it, it's like it's kind of like a principle I see in God. Do good, and good will come to you.
Yeah, I usually see it as just like because most of the songs that I have on my playlist is just like, oh yeah, I'm like killing and hurting all these bigots because they're evil and evil needs to be ridded from the world. And I just really love those kind of songs because that's kind of what I fight against most of the time. It's just overall evil.
Yeah, there is quite a lot of evil in the world, but as long as we stay true to who we are, I feel that's all that really matters.
Yeah, because in the end, do good things, get good rewards.
Yes.
Because if you do something good, you're gonna get reward for it.
Yep.
In like any kind of way, you will get rewarded for it because good isn't unseen, even if no one is actually watching you.
Yeah, and the way I see good is kind of like integrity, like doing good when nobody is watching.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff. I love that stuff too, because like I do stuff sometimes when like no one's watching, which most of the time I'm not like nobody's not watching me, but I usually like to do stuff like around the house. Not even just around the house, at my school, because like people litter at my school and I like to pick up the trash.
Oh my goodness. I would do the same thing back in my high school days, Kestrel.
It paid off too, because I remember one time I cleaning up some trash I found outside. I was just like, really, dude, you can just throw this away. Trash can's right there. And what do I see? $20 bill right on the floor.
What the hell?
Someone just had 20 laying around, and I was just like, well, I guess that's a good for me for doing like stuff that people couldn't even bother to be doing.
When it comes to me picking up trash, I haven't been as lucky as you.
And this only happened like one time in my junior year. Hasn't happened again since, but it was still pretty like rewarding.
I definitely have to agree with that. It's just, yes, so basically in our case, we're basically saving the environment.
Yeah, cause like you wouldn't want trash laying around your house. Why do you do it like outside and in public spaces where everybody else goes? That's disgusting. There's trash cans everywhere for you to use, and you decide to just use the floor.
Yep, or the freaking grass. Like, yeah, what the hell?
Exactly. Like gross. And then like my school's like people just leave crap everywhere, even on the stairs. Like I saw a half-eaten sandwich on the stairs like 5 times my whole like 3 years.
Oh, jeez. Holy. Oh, man.
It's gross. Like people just leave everything on the floor, and it's like, people walk here all the time. I'll just pick it up since I'm probably the only person that ever thinks of it.
I do feel a similar way, Kestrel. I do sometimes feel like I'm the only one that like gives a damn about the litter around my school.
Exactly, or just anywhere in general. Like I'll pick up trash anywhere. I'm just like the trash can's right there, or like you could just hold it on to it and wait until you get to a trash can.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why my pockets are full of trash sometimes. I forget to throw them away.
Yeah, but my pockets would get full of trash too.
And then I forget it, and I wash my clothes, and there's like bits of paper all over my clean clothes.
Oh, jeez.
Mostly from washing my hoodies, because I wear those all the time. Oh my god, we went so off topic. Where were we actually? I completely forgot.
Yeah, but we were talking about Iris, Nickel, Daisy, and Kester Peach's child.
Oh yeah, I just ramble a lot and I get onto tangents and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, but it's no problem at all, Kestrel. I sometimes go on tandems as well.
It's fine though.
But there is still one more topic we do need to get to.
Oh, okay. We could finish that one up, and I will try not to go on a tangent again.
To be exact, everyone, the last thing we're going to be talking about is how Kestrel and I met.
So, from my perspective of how we met, it was the exact day I made my Kestrelina account. I followed like a bunch of people Tylerina was following. Because I was like, oh, I'm new to the scene. Maybe there's more people. So I just like scrolled through, followed some accounts I saw was interesting, and one of them happened to be yours. And then like hours later, like you drew me like some art of Kestrelina, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't think I would be noticed like that.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Kestrel. The first time I saw your OC, I knew immediately there is no way I'm letting this go without welcoming you.
I'm surprised that you like when I first I was like surprised like oh my god I can't believe someone took the time out of their day to acknowledge me like that.
Yeah, I have to admit it was thinking back on that day is just it's just unbelievable.
It's just like I can't believe like something so tiny like just like this moment right here.
Yeah, exactly. How a simple drawing would lead to something like this.
That's just like crazy like to think about. Like if I didn't make that account, I literally wouldn't be talking now. You wouldn't even know who I am.
Exactly. From my perspective, on the day we met, I did make a drawing of Nicolina and Tylerina together holding a mysterious Luma OC.
I remember that post like very vividly for some reason. I just like have a very vivid memory of that.
See, I just thought, it was just simply just gonna be me and Tylerina's Rosalina OCs, just as the only OCs. And then poof, you came around.
And that was also dependent on me even interacting with Tylerina. Because we were like in this big roleplay chat that I was just like randomly added into. So I was like, okay, whatever. I guess I could just have some fun and like roleplay a bit. And then me and Tylerina interacted a little bit, and I was like, this character's kind of cool. I like this whole different colored Rosalina idea. So I just like decided to transfer that to my own kind of creation. And now here we are.
Yep. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is somewhat emotional to think about that one drawing of our Rosalina OCs led to this moment.
I know, it's just like I love thinking about it. Like that's what I've been thinking about this whole time while I'm talking. Besides like working on the drawing that I'm doing. That's what I've been thinking about.
Yeah. Holy. Yeah, from that drawing to our OC romances to the understanding we have for each other and all else in between. I'm gonna be honest, Kestrel. I couldn't ask for a better friend than you.
Honestly, me too. Like I have like all my like real life friends and stuff. They're amazing, but like I haven't had an online friend that lasted this long.
Yep, we've been friends for just over 2 years. And it feels like we've known each other for 5 years.
Exactly. It feels like we've known each other for like so long.
Yep, and it's honestly one of the big reasons, why I talked about you so much in my videos, especially in Angel Rise.
Yeah, like, I think that's pretty amazing that I've been talked about so much because I'm not used to getting this kind of attention from like people that isn't my boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Kestrel. I'm one that really likes to acknowledge their loved ones. I mean, I've acknowledged my friends like quite a bit.
I love doing that too. It's just like for me in the form of like just giving them little things or just talking, like in general, because art takes a long time for me, so I don't really draw that often.
That's definitely understandable. But honestly, Kestrel, our friendship it tops all of my high school friendships combined. Honestly, I'm just so grateful to have a friend like you.
Me too. Like I have amazing real life friends, but in the sense of an online friend, I haven't had one that cared about me so much and treated me with so much respect.
Yeah. Honestly, Kestrel, I've honestly felt the need to treat you with so much respect because I really felt that you could use more love than like anybody else on the entire face of the planet.
With the way my life has treated me, I really think I need something at this point. And I'm glad to even have something and someone in general to care for me that isn't like a romantic partner.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that. You are part of my family, like a third sister to me.
And like I love that so much. Like I don't know how to put it into words other than just I love it because I don't know, I'm not good at explaining stuff.
I mean, I've interacted with my step cousin a lot, you know, and him and I have become best buddies. But you top that by a long shot.
I'm surprised because I'm not like super good at keeping up with texting and all that.
Hmm.
I'm better with talking. Like I think this is a pretty good example. I'm really good at talking.
Yeah. Yeah, but either way, thank you so much for being my dearest friend, Kestrel. I'm so thankful for you.
And I'm thankful for you too, dude. Like honestly, like I don't know how to put it into words. Like I'm just so grateful to have such an amazing.
I'm not kidding with you right now. I'm actually starting to tear up a little bit.
Oh, I'm getting emotional too, but I don't cry as often. I'm just like giddy. Like I feel special. Like I feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Like oh, I mean something to somebody that isn't my boyfriend. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, but you definitely make my life that much better, Kestrel. Honestly.
Yeah, like same here. Like when I feel like I'm like upset, I'm just like I like go to the server sometimes just look at like the edits and pictures that we've made. And I'm just like, maybe life isn't so terrible.
Yeah, but as long as you've got good people to be around, you've got good spirits.
Like that's what is like one of the things that just gets me like out of like depressive episodes that I sometimes have. Like sometimes I just feel like I'm not good enough for this world or not good enough for anyone. And I just look at my stuff that I like make for people and people make for me and I'm just like there is something about me that makes people want to talk to me. I am still worth being alive, you know?
Yes. Yep, and I'm honestly happy that you are still alive, Kestrel. Honestly.
Yeah, because there's like a lot of points that you and my boyfriend have basically completely changed like my lifespan.
Yeah, it definitely makes me think, that your boyfriend and I are basically your lifesavers.
Basically, like, I like publicly have never told the story of how me and my boyfriend got together and why it's so significant.
Oh, okay.
It's because I had a extremely disturbing plan for Valentine's Day that I won't go into for the sake of it being a real sensitive topic.
Yeah, but I actually did hear about it, and I'm honestly thankful that you didn't go through with it.
Because around that time I got dumped by my ex-boyfriend that I absolutely hate now because he hurts me. He hurt me a lot, and he did in recent times, but I wanted to basically not exist anymore, and I didn't want to specifically on Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay.
And then me and Ira started talking months prior before I basically had the timer ticking in my head, and I started having feelings for him first. I didn't know he had feelings for me. And then we just kept talking and talking and talking, and then one day I was just like, "Hey, you want to be my boyfriend?" And I was so scared that he was gonna say no, and I like started crying. And then he was like, "Yes, of course. Why not? I like you too." And I was like crying in front of him. I was just like, "Thank you so much."
Oh, okay.
So basically, if he said no, I probably wouldn't be alive anymore. But thanks to him, and we're going almost 3 years strong. I'm still here. I made it to 18, basically.
Yep. Yeah, you made it. And I'm honestly happy that you did, Kestrel.
I'm proud of myself too. I'm honestly like really proud of myself and surprised I even made it this long. And I plan on making it even longer. Probably until I'm like an old wrinkly lady.
Yep. Yeah,
At least
yep.
that's what I want.
If it weren't for your boyfriend meeting you, we probably wouldn't have met.
Yeah. Like there was basically two big events in like history that were like an obstacle, like either we don't meet or we do meet.
Yeah.
So it was Valentine's Day and then me talking to Tylerina.
Yep.
Which the odds of even meeting them was even higher than the other one. Or lower, technically, because, like, it was really by chance that we even, like, interacted.
Yep. Yeah, but it was this friendship by choice that, yeah, that really got it going.
Yeah, because I could have just, like, ignored, like, the entire post and moved on with my life. But no, I thought it was so, like, nice, and I just decided to keep interacting.
Yeah, I've sort of felt the same way. I didn't have much confidence with talking with online friends until I met you.
Because usually I'm not too keen on interacting with people online. That's why I have very minimal, like, online spaces that I talk in. Like, I've had online friends, but I just, like, never go out of my way to start talking to new people. And it goes for real life too, but still, it's mostly by chance I meet people, and it's always a pretty good outcome. Especially in this case.
Yes, definitely, Kestrel. Definitely. Again, I'm honestly thankful that our friendship has come this far.
And I'll say it again, me too.
Thank you so much, Kestrel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
It's really no problem because I've enjoyed it too. So it's basically like kind of a like two-way streak of just I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, I do as well, Kestrel. Like, I honestly couldn't ask for a better friend.
You think it's time to wrap up the episode?
Yeah, I think it is time. Honestly, Kestrel, I would like to thank you so much for coming on to the podcast.
It's honestly like kind of an honor because it was my idea first, and I didn't think it would take off too far. But here we are, episode 30.
Yes, episode 30. This is so everyone. If you did enjoy this episode, definitely feel free to leave a like and share this with your loved ones. Spread the word about Angel Rise. And for those of you who are new to the channel and would like to join this journey of mine,
Subscribe now. Subscribe now.
yes, please feel free to subscribe to join the Blue and White Angel Brethren today. Click on the notification bell as well so that you are notified whenever I release new content. And check out my other videos too. And please go and subscribe to Kestrel's channel. She makes amazing content.
Check out my channel. Make Friday Night Funkin' videos and commentary videos sometimes. I'm not good at talking on a script.
Yep. Yes, everyone. Give Kestrel the love she deserves. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Angel Rise. I hope you all have a great day or night whenever you are watching this. And until we meet again, my name is Lord Nicolina.
And I'm Onadeje.
Be strong, stay positive, and God bless.
Bye!